Welcome back to The Last of Us Remastered. Alright, so here's another section full of runners, so let's see if we can manage to sneak past them. Or at the very least, kill them without them noticing us.
So we've got more stealth, more zombies, more everything.
More bloodshed.
Stealth and zombies in a survival horror game? What is this madness?
Resident Evil.
The sad part, Joe, is that this is still a better Resident Evil game than the actual Resident Evil that came out in this year.
What Resident Evil came out this year?
6.
7.
Oh,
you're on about the year the game came out.
the year this one came out.
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
I agree for you, 6.
When did the Resident Evil game start to tank?
6.
As far as I'm concerned, with 5. Joe
6.
Joe
Pedro's
disagrees.
one of those few that hates 5 as much as 6. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, actually, I don't hate 5 as
considered-
much as 6, but I still hate it on its own merits.
Oh, I know. It's like, well, most people,
Yeah,
we still like 5 despite its quirks. 6 is the one everyone agrees sucks.
So there's the funny thing that we're making these comments now, right even after Resident Evil 7 came out.
Oh no, like I said before, I've already said this before in the commentary. Resident Evil 7 is awesome, and you should all play it. Because even
Although-
even Shiroi would love that game because that game is much more akin to modern survival horror games.
I will say, though, it might...
And I do like horror as long as it's good.
Well, I will say, though, to me, the best Resident Evil game is still Resident Evil 3.
Basically, Shiroi, Resident Evil 7 is the closest thing we're ever gonna get to the Silent Hills that PT was going to become.
May
And
it
it's from
rest in
Capcom
pieces.
of all and it's from Capcom of all companies. The company that not the company that only a few years ago people wouldn't think that Konami would be worse than them, but there you go.
There's no way we could have known, to be fair, how bad Konami was going to get back then.
Well, again, there's plenty of things that we didn't know would turn out to be the case.
It started in 2014 when the new head of the digital entertainment section took over, and he decided to take well, I'm talking about Konami specifically. Basically, because that one Dragon mobile game made a huge amount of money for Konami, the new head guy decided we're going to take a more mobile approach and shit. So, and
also, to be fair, in terms of unpredictable stuff, there has been good ones as well. Yeah, George Miller proved he could.
No such
I
thing as a
know.
good-
I just want to point some out. George Miller proved he can still make fast-paced, hardcore action movies, even at the age of even at 70. What else?
To be fair, I'm not quite sure those are all things people felt were long gone. But basically, Shiro, here's how it goes. Resident Evil 1 is very good and spooky, but I recommend getting the remake.
Yeah.
Like, there's seriously a stupid as all heck song that plays in the director's cut of Resident Evil.
And it was from the guy who claimed he could do music while blind, but turned out he was a fraud.
The thing about the original PS1 Resident Evil trilogy is that they were still using that.
Hold on. Let Pedro talk.
They were still using that 90s horror movie structure where there was a fixed camera, and every time you went from an area to another, the camera suddenly abruptly changes, and your controls would change accordingly. So a lot of times when you're trying to walk in the same hallway, the controls will constantly switch directions all the time, and it becomes incredibly annoying. Like even
I will say this.
Jova.
So you have to get the remix instead.
To be honest, Jova, I wouldn't be surprised if you hear that song you mentioned in the director's cut of the first game. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual only legit song that guy actually did.
Do you know what song I'm talking about?
The one that goes. What the hell
But
was
the
with
voice
that
takes
song?
that song too. But yeah, basically, sure, Resident Evil 1, the remake, is wonderfully delicious and spooky. Forewarning, if you have arachnophobia, you're not going to make it well through.
That'll be fine.
Resident Evil 2 is quite terrifying too, has plenty of all that creepy and spooky stuff, and introduces Mr. X, which is quite a handful. You've got 2 different playthroughs, so you've got double the fun. Again, arachnophobia, be careful. Well,
No, I love the horror genre. It's just a shame that a lot of it isn't that good.
Yeah.
Well,
And to be honest,
Especially in the movie department.
I was just gonna say, other than movies, I won't really be in anything horror related on the channel.
That's why I usually wait for somebody to recommend horror stuff to me, because I'd have to wait through all the shit.
I'm definitely gonna be on for Crimson Peak though.
and Resident Evil.
Watch Kubrick's The Shining, Shiori.
Well, let's not test our luck. How do we get inside?
I did watch Crimson Peak, and
Yeah.
it was a good movie aside from one elephant in the room, but yeah.
Well, obviously. Anyway, Dwebs, of course, being on the Resident Evil game and movie commentaries. Movie-wise, because there's plenty of stupid stuff in there, and game-wise, because we kind of need you to be up to date since Chris Redfield and Jill are in the Project Cross Zone games.
Well, isn't part of the point of the Project Crossover games is to help people get into other franchises they might not have played?
Yes. I just don't want you asking who's this or that. Because you have a tendency to do that, even in crossovers when they try and give you the information, because you kind of have a problem with paying attention. No offense, it's just
Well, the thing
kind
is,
of
Joe,
a quirk.
that unlike comic book adaptations, those are stuff picked from video games. All I got to do is do a quick wiki search, read up a bit, and then bam, I'm caught up there.
Not really when it comes to Resident Evil, trust me. I've tried and failed. Besides, it's for fun. Resident Evil 3 might as well be if you meshed in a horror game with Terminator.
Well, and I'm doing a kind of horror game for the channel at some point anyway.
Which one?
Oh, what?
Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's right, the Metal Gear with zombies.
Yeah, since I know you guys won't touch the game, I'll do it instead.
Who knows? I might, but you want it? That's fine. Anyway, but yeah, one of the things I do love about Resident Evil 3 is that thankfully that's the game where if you're an arachnophobic, you should be fine. Since I don't recall any giant spiders in Resident Evil 3. No, instead we got a
hold on, Joe, but there's a set piece and cutscenes coming up now.
Yeah. When we get to it, I'll stop. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 is awesome. Then
Oh,
there's
boy.
Code Veronica, which is
So yeah,
there yet?
they're all coming towards us, so we have to hide quickly.
what's stopping them from trying to tear apart. Okay, not so much hiding. We're just trying to escape.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh boy.
Headshot. 200 points.
Wonder what happens if you accidentally swallow any of the goo from the zombies.
You become a zombie.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? You thought you killed a zombie, but your mouth's open from the shock and it falls into your mouth and you
Oh,
swallow
shit.
it. And,
What? Fucking him?
The car is empty.
Bill, where to? Bill, where? Anywhere but here. Over the hallways, come on.
Well, so much for that.
Well, looks like our so-called plan didn't work.
In other news, water is wet, the sky is often blue.
Got the back.
You too.
So yeah. Anyway, Shirai, Code Veronica sadly brought back the giant spiders, and it's weird. And a bit of an action movie, but I digress.
I'm assuming we're going to be doing the CG Resident Evil movies as well.
Sure.
CG.
The ones that Capcom actually made themselves.
I forgot about those because they're overshadowed by the god-awful live-action movies.
Not that they're much better, mind you.
No, they feel much better. Uh-oh. Anyway,
I've only seen Degeneration.
And then there's Resident Evil 4, that's a lot of fun. And Resident Evil 5, which I find fun. And then there's Resident Evil 6, which, okay. Okay. Story-wise, Resident Evil 6 sucks. Presentation-wise, Resident Evil 6 sucks. Gameplay-wise, Resident Evil 6 is a hallway. It's a hallway.
It's not even just
How
that,
do you make a
Jova.
Resident Evil game a hallway?
It's not even just that, Jova. when it comes to the whole co-op thing they have going on with Resident Evil 5 and 6, whatever scariness could have those two games could have had is incredibly ruined because you always have a co-op partner controlled by the AI that will always save you in case you get in trouble. So whatever tension is supposed to build, it's completely ruined. I mean, and of course the fact that in Resident Evil 6 the AI is fucking god awful doesn't help either.
I give Resident Evil 5 leeway because, again, they were trying out a new mechanic, and at the very least, it did give us some interesting characters, especially that new partner of Chris's who, for some reason, has not returned yet despite positive reception for her.
It's not even just that. Like, an entire third of Resident Evil 6 is basically a watered down, easy as pie Gears of War. Like,
it's like, and seriously though, Resident Evil 5, okay, with Resident Evil 5, I get why it was clunky. It was the first time they were trying that. So the idea would be to improve on that. What did Resident Evil 6 do? Made it worse. Worse.
yeah.
What about, have any of you, other than Pedro, have any of you played 7?
7's cool.
Yeah, 7's awesome.
Oh god.
Are we still on Resident Evil or?
Yeah.
Yes. Resident Evil 7 goes back to the series' roots, but adds in first person.
Yeah.
I'll be able to, because I have access to a PS4 now.
Yeah.
Oh, do you also have a VR? Okay.
The Resident Evil 7 is basically taking the classic Resident Evil games and putting them and adapting them to the modern structure of modern horror games.
Okay, yeah. Now the only problem is the fact that it suffers from a thing a lot of first-person shooters do, having what is clearly... They don't give you a full body, as in there's plenty of times where you'll see that you're just a pair of floating hands, which can break the immersion a bit.
Yeah,
that's amusing to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say with Shiro. Honestly, to me, that's kind of part of the charm. Honestly.
Oh no! I find it part of the charm too, but it does break the immersion.
I don't think so. I think something like that's quite inconsequential, honestly.
Hey, I didn't say that it was a deal breaker. I just said it's immersion breaking, and it's an issue some people have had with the game. That's all.
So,
all right. Anyway, we're about to have our first boss battle.
Ooh.
I was just gonna say, sure, if you have a PS4 now, I could beat you in FIFA.
She doesn't have
Also,
FIFA.
I don't have FIFA.
Meh.
I don't play sports games outside of racing games.
It's just FIFA anyway.
Barricade the doors.
And by racing games, I mean the Sonic racing games.
Well, those are good and fun.
Oh boy, here we go.
But I wouldn't say they were good, personally.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Bloater.
Oh, what on earth is that?
They're about to explain.
Ellie, take cover.
I got this.
Who's
I've got
fighting the
this.
microphone?
Not me.
Joel, probably.
Not me for some reason.
Ellie, stay away from it.
Alright, anyway, I think I interrupted the dialogue, so I'll explain. Like I've said before in a couple parts, the bloaters is what happens when someone stays infected for years. Basically, they turn into that thing. And that thing can literally kill you in one hit. You can't kill it with shives, you can't take it down with in hand-to-hand combat. The only way to is to straight from a distance with powerful weaponry. Usually, I recommend using Molotov cocktails, so you can burn them to death.
Bloaters.
Ah, there you go. Infected for a long time, bloaters.
Got it.
I hate to interrupt your little biology lesson, but can we get the fuck out of here, please?
All right. Be patient.
Shut up, Bill. You gotta learn something.
Give me a boost, Joel.
It's not nice to keep the dead on waiting. The undead wait.
Alright, let's make some more Molotov cocktails, just in case.
What time are you guys at?
14, 15, 16. Yeah, what Whip said.
Did you say 14, 15?
Yeah.
Ah, keen. Alright, I am at 14:30.
And click. Anyway,
Maybe he went away.
no, we just killed him.
Yeah. Ah, well.
So I actually recommend, before you move on in this
one
part,
lackluster thing about Last of Us: if you're looking for a game with bosses, you're going to be disappointed.
well, this isn't exactly the kind of game where having a lot of bosses will fit the kind of atmosphere that the game is going for. This is a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, honestly, you could fit bosses in here, but it's okay.
Pedro, I don't know if I've asked this before.
Honestly,
But,
Joe,
what-
hold on, let me just finish. Honestly, Joe, I think you take to. I mean, just because not every game needs to have bosses. Come on.
I never said it did. Don't worry, Pedro. Don't get too defensive about it.
Anyway, I was just gonna say, in this game, I don't know if I've asked before, but
ahead.
would the Dwibs method work?
No.
Yes.
Well, depends. If you play on easy mode, it could work to an extent. But if you play on the harder difficulties, you'd get your ass handed to you.
I'm trying to imagine this on hardest difficulty, considering what you told me about it.
Depends. If you memorize the game well enough, it depends.
Like even Django-
Sometimes you met him.
Even Django for SMB was talking about it earlier. How the one human boss that this game has, you know, that villain that Joven Dwibs know
In
what I'm
case,
talking about. That guy's incredibly hard in realistic mode. But go ahead. What is it?
In case you don't know, audience, the Dwibs method is when I just run at something and shoot at it, going ah.
Yeah, you can't do that. That thing will kill you.
Yeah, basically, Dwibs is more of a speed racer mentality when it comes to playing video games.
I see something.
Go!
No, he
No,
is. No, let's not forget that episode where Speed literally takes a machine gun and kills like 100 people.
You know, in that case, Dwibs, I'm so tempted to see you try and do the Dwibs method in Resident Evil 3. I'm sure Nemesis would
no.
love it if you tried doing that.
No, thank you. I'd rather I do that game, or maybe you, Joven.
Keep going.
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not doing any horror games other than Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, whatever. You'll probably end up doing one eventually. But anyway, though, but yeah, honestly, yeah, if anyone's gonna do
Cutscene.
Resident Evil 3, it would probably be me or Pedro.
Inside the house now.
Oh, no offense, that'll stop them.
So that worked out well.
There are powerful zombies that they can't get through a wooden
I'll go
fence.
check out this
No, actually, Dwibs. Well, technically, yes, yeah, because
Somebody had the same idea.
I mean,
They
they're
stole
zombies,
shit.
but it's not like they can go
What the
through
hell's
walls,
plan
or
B? You ought to be
they
thankful
don't
we're
have
still drawing
super
breath.
powered
That was
strength or
plan
anything
A,
like that.
B, C,
They're
all
still.
that fucking
Those
C.
do.
And furthermore, tell Tess she can
It's
go
not
do
so much
her
that they have a
thing.
lot of
Shove it
strength.
right up
I mean, they have a bit more strength than a normal human, but not that much.
Well,
This guy or
well,
something?
I reckon it's just been. Well, he's just been hanging around.
So yeah, Frank's
Yeah, Frank.
Bill's friend Frank hanged himself.
My partner.
There you go. Looks like he couldn't take it anymore.
He's the only idiot that would wear a shirt like that. He's got bites. Here. And he,
Reckon he didn't want to turn.
yeah, I guess not. Well, fuck him.
I guess they operate under the better you and than me policy.
Huh.
Look what
Don't
I-
worry. We'll see him show off his.
Oh,
There you go. Turns out Frank was the one who stole the battery.
karma.
Get out.
Irony.
Get out.
Karmic irony.
Battery's drained, but cells are alive.
Meaning?
Meaning, we push it, get it started, the alternator will recharge the battery.
Is that your guess?
Look,
That
you
reminds
wanted
me,
a
are you
plan
still going to
B,
show off the letter here in this playthrough?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Thinking you drive and we push.
All right.
We're doomed.
Let's warm my socks.
All right. So even Bill is gonna tell us in a moment. Be sure to pick up anything useful before we go and stuff like that. And yes, Joe, don't worry. I'm about to find the letter. Oh, here you go.
Run off. Is that it, Frank? You should probably search the house. I'm sure there's more supplies.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea.
Uncle
Let's see
Baldy,
how let's see how Ellie's doing.
I mean, Frank, you probably ate the supplies.
Yeah, not a problem.
You're doing a good job. I figured you should know that.
I won't let you down with this.
All right.
Besides, it's not like the police can do you for not having a license.
Well, yeah, no, but the military is still out there, Dubs.
Yeah, sorry, Dubs. The police are busy doing with Raccoon City.
In fact, one time when I saw a playthrough of The Last of Us, I actually found a police officer. He was in the kitchen, and the living room, and his bedroom, and somewhere on the TV.
Ha 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 ha. How darkly humorous, Dubs.
I wonder, where were you in that part of the game?
Yeah, I just made it up.
Because that does sound like something that could happen.
But I also saw a guy with. I also saw a body. It was decapitated, but one part of it was some spiky-haired guy, and the other bit was a blue suit.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, Furio Tigre.
Yeah. Basically, the zombies thought it was actually Phoenix Wright, and his resemblance to Phoenix
There you
Wright,
go, Jova.
which he used to help, which he used to help commit a crime,
Go ahead, Dubs, and read the Frank note, why not?
was ultimately his undoing. Well, Bill, I doubt you'd ever find this note because you were too scared to ever make it to this part of town. But if for some reason you did, I want you to know I hated your guts. I grew tired of this shitty town and your ways and attitude. I wanted more from life than this, and you could never get that. And that stupid battery you kept moaning about. I got it, but I guess you were right. Trying to love this town will kill me.
Leave this town.
So spending another day with you. Good luck. From fuck you, Frank.
True friendship, isn't it right, guys?
So basically, Frank was a Disney princess. He wanted more out of life.
And
God
he died.
bless him.
I was just going to mention
He died
Jova.
trying.
I was going to mention Jova. Wouldn't that be the ultimate irony? His resemblance to Phoenix Wright, which helped him commit a crime, was his undoing.
How fitting indeed.
That'd be like Phoenix Wright. That'd be like if Phoenix Wright was killed by the Badge or something.
Harrison.
Alright, and here's an interesting thing, Shiroi. We can actually give that note to Bill and see his reaction to it. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's Ace Attorney it with the present item.
Bill, I
Take this.
found this in there, and I figured you should have it.
Then I guess he shoots Joel out of anger.
Well, fuck you too, Frank. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was.
You see, guys, secretly they love each other, but they won't admit it.
Aww.
And here's another sort of detail. Now the note is like this. So nice. There you go. Cool. All right, that should cover it. So shall we start pushing?
Push.
Yes, let's push it with the gun.
I'm just making sure I have as much ammo because there's gonna be quite a few zombies incoming in a moment.
I thought Pedro was going to shoot the back of the thing and that would move it.
No, Dwebs, you would never see me waste ammo in this game so recklessly like that.
Put on the clutch. And when we get to
I know how.
Oh god, it's a
how
manual.
the hell? You
Ugh.
I don't care. Just don't fuck it up.
All right, Ellie, get ready.
Now, hit it. Hit it.
There we go.
Well, I'd say things are all smooth sailing from here.
Yes, I'm sure nothing here in the wide space where anything can come out of nowhere, anything will go wrong.
Yeah,
Especially,
Jova's right.
especially considering we have the noise of an engine. Yeah, there you go. Hey, runner.
Run away!
Or blow their brains out. Or run and blow their brains out.
There we go. Good one, Bill.
We're good. Back to the truck.
All right.
Please
Basically-
tell me we don't have to push this damn thing all the way there.
Basically, we have to keep pushing
Hang on,
until.
be right back.
Okay. Basically, we have to keep pushing until the engine will definitely start up. But as you can see, it's not as simple as it seems. Since these fucking zombies won't leave us in peace. There we go. Oh crap, clicker. Need help there, Bill? There we go.
Don't have much time. Back to pushing.
Alright.
Like the days are really that good around here.
I guess he means
I know,
more than
right?
I guess he means more than usual. Fortunately, when it comes to the runners, they're much easier to kill, so I'll just use a handgun.
If only you had a rocket launcher in this game.
That would be way too OP. Well, later on, you'll get a flamethrower.
But hey, maybe that could be your reward for beating the game on the hardest setting or something.
What, a flamethrower?
No, a rocket launcher.
Oh, is it? Oh, so yeah, that actually would make sense considering in the Metal Gear games, when you do that, you get the bandana, which gives you infinite ammo.
Ellie, wait!
Yeah. Well, that means the infected here at 2. Let's get the fucking truck.
All right, let's go.
What if Ellie?
Go, 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 Ellie! Step on it. Whew. Made it.
All right, this'll do. Stop.
So you're finally out of
keep it
that
running, all right?
godforsaken city.
And we have our own van now.
You gotta admit,
To a Persona 5, the
Hold
cat
your
will
own
turn
back
into
there.
a van.
You ain't gonna make it. Oh.
You're one to talk. If it weren't for us, you wouldn't have made it.
what's this?
You'd be amazed at how many cars still got gas in them.
Appreciate it.
Siphon.
Bill, about your buddy back there, that's a tough deal. And
He didn't like it. He didn't like him anyway.
We square.
we're square.
And get the fuck out of my town.
You're staying here, you moron.
Well,
No.
he works alone. He is a loner, obviously.
Yeah, but
Ah,
staying.
he's one of those.
Yeah, but staying in the town wouldn't.
All right, hold on, and now, all right, pay attention, Shira, because we're about to get one of the best cutscenes in the game. This is one of the great examples of how well written the two main characters are.
Oh, man.
Hey, what happened to sleeping?
Okay. I know it doesn't look like it, but this here is not a
Ooh,
bad
a comic
one.
book.
Only one problem. Right there. To be continued. Hey, cliffhangers.
Where did you
Is
get
it an
that?
Yeah,
X-Men comic
cliffhangers
book?
suck.
Back at Bill's. I mean, all this
Wait,
stuff
She
is
stole
on
it from
there.
Bill.
Yeah.
Is it an X-Men comic books he's
What
reading?
else did you get?
Hold on.
Well,
It's the comic book they used in Logan for a
make
plot
you
point
almost
over.
Wait.
That is actually before my time.
Let's see what music it does have. That's a classic.
Better than nothing.
I'm sure your
Hey,
friend
Jover,
will
it's
be missing
special
this
kid for this
tonight.
music.
Wait, what'd she go?
Oh, here we go.
Light on the
This-
reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
That ain't for kids.
Whoa!
That's porn.
How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of
Look,
that.
get your horses out. Let's see what
What are you, her father?
Oh. Why are these all stuck together?
Oh.
Just fucking. Bye, dude.
the dialogue is
She's great. She's great.
The dialogue is very reminiscent of classic pre-Titanic James Cameron, like his particularly Terminator 2.
You know what?
Ellie in general feels very well written in the same way that John Connor was in Terminator 2.
What you try to get some sleep? Right.
I'm not even tired.
That's what they all say.
There we go.
See? There you go.
You know, if it weren't for all the zombies and stuff, this would make for a quirky road trip comedy.
Well, perfect.
we're not in Liberty City, are we?
National Lampoon
Well,
Zombie
well-
Road Trip.
Yeah, we could have turned this into a Zombieland spin-off.
Screw it.
Yeah, we have to see Eisenberg in it again.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Actually, Pedro, to be fair, Zombieland is one of Eisenberg's better movies.
It is, I know. It's just that he's still playing the same basic archetype that he always does.
Not really. Didn't he actually play a likable guy in that movie, Dibs?
Debatable.
Are we gonna help him?
Dibs?
Put your seatbelt on.
It's fine.
Well, what about the guy?
Is that
He
a...
ain't even hurt.
Oh crap. They tried to... he pretended to be injured to see if it was into a trap.
But Joel ain't that stupid.
Oh no.
Well, that happened.
Listen.
And that was The Last of Us. And they died, so that was The Last of Us.
Oh, Pedro, I thought you were going to put in the credits as a joke.
Too obvious as a joke, Pips. Oh crap.
What was it?
Good directing there, Bruce. There we go.
Joey could run a bit faster.
Yeah, I actually forgot. I forgot to press the L1 button there.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
We don't have a car, but...
Alright. Well, Liz, in this particular section, you would have to use your method since they already were caught in the cutscene.
If there's one thing worse than zombies, sometimes it's the smart ones with firearms.
It's the main reason why you should really conserve your ammo, specifically because of these specific situations where the story dictates that you really have to shoot people instead of doing stealth.
But Jova, what if zombies had firearms?
That's what Resident Evil 3 is for! Like I told you, one of the smartest zombies you'll ever meet. And again, he's learned to open doors!
Now I'm imagining
It's kind of like the velociraptors that learn how to open doors.
Now I'm imagining other characters who would look at a place with a gun, having a gun. Like,
Well,
what if
Nemesis
they...
is more than just a machine gun. He has a rocket launcher.
You see, in video games, everything's fine until you run into enemies that can open doors.
No. It's yeah. It's like this, Roy. Up until Resident Evil 3, you could pretty much avoid most zombie enemies by just going through another room because they couldn't go for the doors. Nemesis went, nope, you ain't getting away from me that easily. Can smash through doors and can sometimes even open them just gently fine. And again, he has a rocket launcher, so yeah. You know, I'll never get why Umbrella never thought to make more of Nemesis. It's an actual smart tyrant.
Oh fuck.
Ow.
Stay down, you green hood.
It's Arrow again.
There we go.
I would have started watching Arrow, but I've heard it's gotten kind of crap in recent seasons.
I'd say watch it. Oh, it starts out good and strong. Well, judge it for yourself. I'll admit I haven't seen the later stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on with it.
Go check over there.
There we go.
Hey, at least it ain't Iron Fist, but Tish.
Oh, look at that. The car alarm is going off.
Have you seen Iron Fist, Jova?
Yeah.
I've seen like the first few episodes, and it's
Stupid,
really
it's
not that
stupid, it's
interesting.
stupid. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, but basically, Shuei and Pedro.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I was just gonna say, there's a good reason why Iron Fist is currently the lowest rated anything in the MCU.
Let's see. How am I gonna get these people to trust me? I know. I'll kill
like a
someone I
movie.
don't even need
I
to
think that's the
kill.
last of them.
Like a complete.
You okay?
How do I prove I'm not insane? I know. I'll act insane.
Guess so.
Brilliant.
We need to get the hell out of here.
So it's like so it's like that joke. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm killing anybody who says I am.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun thing to commentate on for all
how-
the wrong reasons.
And hell, Joe, I think in terms of comic book TV shows, I think it's the lowest rated thing ever.
All right.
I think you may be right.
Yeah, I think because I've heard Fox did a X-Men-ish TV show recently called I forgot what the name was, but I've heard that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So Marvel, you really need to step up your game. You're being outdone by one of your Marvel competitors.
And by Fox.
I still don't know what the show's called though. Is it Legion?
Oh, yeah, I think that's the name. Ironically.
All right. Scrap
Yeah,
for
it's
anything
very-
we can use.
Yeah, it's based off a Marvel character called Legion.
Also, did you remember that Supergirl show you and me were commentating on?
Yeah,
That's also on Netflix nowadays.
not on ours, unfortunately though.
Ah.
As I'm thinking of it anyway.
You gotta remember, we Brits get the short end of the stick sometimes.
Not just that, Shiwa. Remember, there's a Netflix. Remember, Shiwa, there's a Netflix service for every country in the same way that there's a PlayStation Store for every country. Like, and in the same way, there's also an eShop for every country. That's how digital services usually work. There's one specific for each country. Like, to give you an idea, even though even though the PS3 version of Sonic Unleashed did get all the DLCs, even in Europe and everything, the Portuguese PlayStation Store doesn't have the DLCs for some reason. The Spanish one does it, the UK one has it, the German one has it, but I guess someone at Sony Portugal screwed up because they forgot to put them there.
Hey, Shiro, could you imagine if Netflix decided to split it up even further? Like we have Netflix England and Netflix Wales. In the Wales version, all they have is S4C repeats.
Oh, God.
Well, this is pleasant. Oh, here.
See, this could have been us.
Ooh.
Hey, it's Trevor.
That is a lot of people that didn't make it.
I knew I should have turned the damn truck around.
We lived.
Barely. Come on, let's get out of here.
So yeah, it got to a point where people actually starting to get.
Taking that left turn at Albuquerque.
So basically, Shiwa, it's gotten to a point where some people have become cannibals just to survive.
Oh, lovely.
All right, see you for the next part, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.